dear. You guys didn't know. Wolf.
Can't find landing location.
Wolf very much likes StarCraft and has cast a little bit of it.
Yeah, must build that on creep. All right, I think I'm out of things that the game's telling you can't do for one reason or another. Well, we'll be just on the Genji attacking. Repel, actually, oddly enough, running the Ana here. It's becoming a little bit more popular recently.
It's kind of making a bit of a resurgence. Was buffed on this patch, but still is kind of just inching its way back in.
Yeah, mostly runaway use of it with Twilight.
Exi is way the hell out of there.
Guard just trying to set up a trap here. Looking for the Tracer, does not find it. Repel gets the kill there onto Jungmak, actually. That extra damage coming through big with the body shots from the Widow.
Trap going to be destroyed there for Guard, but still going to be okay. Just took one hit coming through, but otherwise is going to be fine to stick around.
I like XC using the IX spray there as well for season 9. Just close enough to his name, you know. Well, this is tough to break, you know. Injustice barely scratched the surface of that Dragon Blade.
Yeah, the dive is going to come through here onto the treehouse comp, as we call it, but not going to be able to break it. Guard, however, all on his lonesome off to the left-hand side, will get taken out.
Poco's not jumping down. They want to hold this. They want to keep this.
Trying to maintain this as long as they can with the help of Dako going down onto the low ground there, but push forward, deflection coming down, just going to get rid of Repel. Overwatch taken out, but now Jexay also going to fall, so Element Mystic losing out on their healers. The right-click spam from Just. That's him a Dragon Blade, and very likely the cap, but they say that Exi, who is all the way back towards the dropship, is looking to get some kills. Pop stand out of the mech. Not going to get that drop shot, and Sawson's there to scoop up the Widowmaker, so decent little delay, but overall not going to be able to contest the point. Foxes should just go ahead, pop this one up, get the cap onto A, and have over 6 minutes in the time bank.
Notice the insta-guard switch to the Brigida. That's what you want to do. That's why they gave the point up, so they could have enough time to switch, because they don't want to end up being Transcendence Dragon Bladed when they don't have anything like that to defend. They don't have any support ultimates to shut down the blade, and they're just switching to the Winston. Yeah. So they want to make sure they have the counter to this blade right away. I mean, obviously Repel could shut it down with a sleep dart, but that's much less reliable.
It's going to be self-destruct out from Dako. Just going to need the position to go ahead and dodge that one out. Guard is going to be nano boosted here just to try to get that rally ready to go. Dragon Blade out from Just. Everybody focuses him down, and Dako just runs him into the ground, but Guard will fall. So a further delay onto that rally now. Exi sprayed away, heal deny, thrown down into the catacombs. As he wraps around the back, he's looking for Genie yet again. Not going to be able to finish him off, and has to kite over to the Mega Pack, keep himself alive.
Yeah, had no recall. Dako just going to use this health pack to stay alive and buy time, but they do need to get back onto this point to prevent the first take. Another great heal deny on the stand, forces him away.
Yeah, but Poco jumps forward, he's got the Discord Orb in, and he's just going to get shredded down. Stand does get knocked out of that mech. Genie taken out here by Exi, who is having a nice moment here with the Tracer so far. Seems like Element Mystic have bought themselves some time. They have the rally ready to go. There's nearly another nano boost as well to take ultimates. They're just going to push forward, try to look for as many delay kills as they can, and Repel is going to be the one coming up with the last two.
Yeah, Repel's accuracy on this Ana has been absolutely immaculate. He has another nano boost ready to go now. Guard's going to wait until the fight because they know, oh, well, I say that, he does the comp before. I was going to say they can wait for the fight to use it somewhat as a healing ultimate on top of the armor versus the comp that Fox is running, because they knew there was no blade, no burst damage. But he just wants to be able to build a second one faster, so that's the trade-off. Both options are viable against this comp. Against something like a hit scan, you definitely don't want to do that. So this is the right choice here.
Just trying to get onto that high ground. Not going to be able to do so here. Just get moved back, building up for another Dragon Blade. He's at 74%. Repel here with the Ana. Pretty good. Missing those last few shots. Guard's going to be the first one to go down. Pulse bomb ready. Self-destruct in. Doesn't find any picks, but the nano boost here. Poco is going to be looking to run down the Genji. Genie taken down, but Jexay traded out. Jump up into the air, looking for the kill there on Overwatch. Can they finish him off? A sliver of HP remaining with a passive regen will come through. They'll stay alive. Foxes, a couple ultimates to work with.
With how quickly Repel is building these nano boosts, it's certainly worth trading that into Poco to see if he can save his primal rage. Sometimes you use it to build one, but in this case, since he had it, he just used it to save it. And he's already up to 30% of another nano boost. He's going to retreat away. Just again looking for an angle. Guard, it needs to be killed or spotted and avoided if this blade is going to find value.
Jumps forward, gets a bit of damage in, but so far not going to be holding the blade out yet.
Here comes.
Calls it now. He's looking for the pickoff there onto the Mercy, but the stun comes through from the Brig. still dashes through. He's still going to be alive, but he's just going to be airblading. Gets one swipe in on the Jexay and sets him up to die as Jungmak leaps forward in for the kill. Just now, going to build up as much as he can, and Guard is going to go ahead and pop the rally just to try to keep them alive and in the fight. Working for the moment as they stay alive. Taco eliminated. Jungmak here with the primal rage will expire. Jumps in, looks for Repel. Takes him low, forces him back towards the spawn, but Repel's still going to be over 50% to that Transcendence, which they desperately need to hold off the Foxes. Stand knocked out of the mech, self-destruct thrown down, smack dab in the middle, going to be answered by Dakos, but hits goes a bit too quickly, still finds him! Actually, he just outthinks him! It looked like it wasn't going to hit, but he finds two for it! Denies the remake from Stan, gets rid of Overwatch, and now Element Mystic push forward, charging in, looking for the staggers, Exy with tagging to the back, gets rid of Jungmak and just goes down. Foxes down to 2.5 minutes already, being held at bay for nearly 4.
Guard armored XC to make sure you get the chase there. The rally was way better for Sashin value-wise, but the first initial blade from Just shut down because he saw the juicy Mercy and he wanted it. He wanted to get the kill, saw her in the air there, but Guard was right behind the pillar, got the stun there to shut him down. Really good plays on both sides here, to be honest. I feel like the Foxes are running this Brigida comp pretty optimally. They do have another blade here, but again, they have to find Guard. They need to know where he is before they pull it, even if they think they've got a good angle on the supports. He sees him now, so he's just going to avoid pulling that for now.
Not only that, but there's also this Transcendence to be worried about from the side of Repel. Pokebo. Deep into the back,
already.
speaking of Transcendence, Genie is going to use his. That's going to be the Dragon Blade in as Guard dies, so no more stuns. You try to lock up, but that's going to be the pulse coming in. Exy manages to take him down, and Genie is going to fall. Overwatch, he's still in the fight, but the odds of getting a res here in this cluster was just slim to none. They follow up with the kill on Assassin, and Foxes will yet again be held at bay. The blade is going to be used.
Sometimes it's tempting to stick around for longer when you're running these pushes because you have a time bank, you want to kind of eco push it. You know Assassin has the armor, so you can pop the rally if it looks like you might be able to turn the fight, but I think that Foxes need to be a little bit cleaner about coming in and leaving faster. Just is going to make a weird switch here to the Zarya. He's going to have the armor, so it's not too terrible to make this switch happen, as he can use this Zarya switch to, in a longer fight with the armor and the shields and the healing if pocketed correctly, plus the AoE heals coming out from Sashin on the Brigida, build into a grab, build high energy. There's a lot of good arguments for the Zarya pick, but it does feel desperate.
I mean, he needs to start building up very rapidly for this Graviton Surge, try to lock them in, maybe go for the bigger Bang's way. Guard just throwing out some armor here, getting those skills coming through. Exy's into the back, throws down that pulse bomb, finds a stick, but will he find a kill? The answer might just be a no. A lot of armor was there to help chew up that pulse bomb damage, but Justice going to get taken down. He's not even at 20% of the Graviton Surge with 30 seconds remaining. Now Overwatch going down. Genie dies, cannot use that Transcendence, cannot try to keep everybody alive, and Justice already going to be swapping off that. Doomfist now coming through, but the staggers are just so great from Element Mystic. They are going to charge forward. They're still even looking for Stand right now.
It was very predictable what the Foxes were trying to do as soon as they saw the Zarya. They just forced them to group up into that choke point where Exia was able to drop a big pulse bomb, do a ton of damage, break the shield onto Sashin's Brigida. Well, going to want to approach the rally here once again with just having that armor and the shields. He might be able to
Genie's already dead. No Transcendence yet again. Can't even use that to escort the rest of the team in onto the point. He'll get res back through though, and might just have to pop that immediately, but Justice has already been taken out. The res is down. Overwatch not going to be able to bring that Doomfist back into the fight as we enter into overtime. Transcendence in from Genie, being everybody topped up for the moment as actually just sprays away looking for another pulse bomb, but it's just an absolute cluster of a fight here onto the point. Sashin's going to be the first one to go down, followed up by that Zenyatta. Now it's just Overwatch by himself, and he's not even close. He is just getting ripped to shreds as the Mace Wings come through. Guard trying to get the kill, and that is just going to be them falling one after the other. The hold here executed on to be wonderfully from the side of Element Mystic, not even giving up a single tick.
This was the easy part. This was the easy part where they play their comp, their style. Guard showing an improved Brigida over last week. And, you know, the Foxes had some good moments there where they were able to isolate him and kill him with the Dragon Blade. That one time, unfortunately, he was killed right afterwards by the Pulse Bomb. But this is the easy part for Element Mystic. The hard part is the attack, because remember, they do not have a Genji player. They will have to take a different approach. And, you know, this was their strength on this map. Now they have to play with their weakness, with their Achilles heel, the lack of a Genji. The biggest exciting thing for me as we see the heroes load up is, will Guard play Genji? Like, is he ready? Have they been training? Have they been trying to play Genji? Or have they rather taken a different approach to scrims and preparing for this and saying, we just don't have one. We want to try to figure out another way to attack Anubis, Genji-less. I don't have the answer to that just yet. I'm leaning towards Genji-less here, very likely for Element Mystic, but this is where they will struggle. This is where they're going to have their hardest time.
I'm sort of expecting maybe the Widow Tracer to come through, Guard going back over onto the Tracer.
Yeah, or maybe something like a Sombra or the Hanzo, like something like that I think is expected.
Hanzo, yeah, Hanzo could be an option that we see coming through. Just try to tank bust here. Right now he's going to be showing them a McCree for an extended period of time.
Yeah, I think this is just a tease.
Probably just going to be a swap up. I mean, they could do it if they were anticipating Saucin to go for the Pharah on defense, but expecting to see maybe some swap throughs, or at least on the next push.
Okay,
but,
this is what I wanted to see. Guard on the Genji. The Korean commentators go nuts when they see it too. This is Element Mystic's biggest test yet. Do they have a Genji player now? That is the question. Guard has it locked in. He will come out of the gates for the first time in his career playing this hero. Let's find out where he stands and how much they've improved. The lack of sparkle, they had very little time to adapt to that since it happened right before opening day. Let's see how this Genji performs.
Guard's looking to wrap around the backhand side here as Saucin just opens up, spamming out with some of these left clicks. Good for Exy, who is actually playing very aggressively along that side room as the Widowmaker. Guard into the backside. Mystic gets in onto the point. Dive coming through. Overwatch going low. Overwatch going down. Dako able to follow up with the kill, and now it's just going to be no man's land for Genie. He gets taken down. Repel finds another kill, and this should just be maybe snowballed into a very fast cap for the side of Element Mystic.
I mean, Guard's a passable Genji right now. The rest of the team better coordinated than the Foxes. He's able to, uncontested, no Brigitte on the other side, just flip around, get cleanup kills, build 70% of a blade. We should see Saucin switch over to the Brigitte. He does, because they're going to need it to shut down that next blade that's about to come their way. Really nice timing for Element Mystic. Nothing the Foxes can do about that now. They can at least have the counter composition ready, which they do. But it's dire straits now. All they need is one tick. I know it sounds crazy, but the Foxes were able to get a single tick on that last attack.
Barely any percent at all, honestly.
Yeah.
Exy now looking for an opening. Jump onto the top here on the doorway as Guard does have that Dragon Blade ready to go now.
Looking for Genie over here in Oporochi.
Genie does not have a Transcendence, but Pell can escort him through.
Here we go.
He's gonna jump through, drops it down, dashes in, gets the kill in onto Saucin, takes him out, follows up with a kill in on the Jungmak, gets stand, and Guard,
he's done it.
Debuting this Genji for the first time, will go ahead and help Element Mystic close out this series over the Foxes. It's good to see the concerns of Sparkle not being on this roster anymore for Season 2. Maybe abolished. We still have to have the asterisk. This is a weaker squad that they are playing against. It is the Foxes, probably the weakest team that we have in Group B.
But I mean,
but still, just nothing but clean play coming out of Element Mystic here.
The slash into the dash, like he basically canceled the slash animation with the dash to kill Brigitte there instantly. And that's something that some of the best Genjis in this tournament haven't yet been able to consistently do. Again, same asterisk you mentioned, it's the Foxes we're talking about here, but I think on one hand I'm a little bit sad we didn't get to see more, we didn't get to see Guard really tested on the Genji, but on the other hand he looks to be at least a 6 out of 10, you know, like he's a very passable Genji, he had ult advantage, they just switched the Brigitte, he kills the Brigitte, there's no Transcendence to counter, so he gets the easy Dragon Blade pop-offs. A lot of people will read this as, is Guard the next greatest Genji player in the tournament? No, we can't say that yet.
We have to wait. We have to wait.
But we did see that he knows the hero. He knows how to play against the Brigitte. Really well executed. But he didn't run into the same challenges that we saw on the side of Just. When Just was playing the Dragon Blade, he had to run into the Transcendence and the Brigitte stuns. So a little bit tougher there. But either way, at least we know that Element Mystic is pushing forward this idea of Guard is our new Genji player. We can play Genji maps now. We're not hobbling along without Sparkle, so that's refreshing to see at least. It was also surprising Saucin was playing Tracer, not the Genji, and it was Just instead, so a bit of a role swap there.
Yeah.
Which I did not expect.
Some odd things going on there. I mean, Foxes, they've kind of looked like a bit of a mess so far. You know, not even just in this series, but the first one as well. Saucin has not been delivering. He had the one really good barrage on Oasis. Outside of that is Pharah, which has been his most consistent, his most famous pick since the beginning of his career back into the Apex days. Not really delivering that much. The other swaps that he's been going through, the Brigitte, a couple moments here and there, but overall getting picked off, not able to lock down the enemies to really just deliver the kills over to the side of the Foxes. So it's been a really rough road for them so far. it's a shortened season, so they don't have that much time really to get gathered up to try to find some wins. They kind of have to start now.
That's actually a fantastic point. You and I haven't really talked about this too much, but with the schedule being shortened, you know, in part to make sure we make the World Cup, obviously, qualifiers before the end, like otherwise it would overlap with Contenders. But anyway, because of the shortened schedule, you have less time and you have more matches over a shorter period of time, so that adaptation needs to happen fast. And I think Element Mystic has realized this. They've put guard on the Genji. As you can see, just struggling here, no pun intended, to kill the Brigitte. Guard comes in a lot cleaner on his attack. This was the choke point where they made the Zarya switch, where it was just super easy to read. Guard here, again, he just gets cleanup kills. This is not the stellar Genji play. Now watch what he does to the Brigitte. He gets the kill right with the dash, slash into the dash, like basically cancels those together, gets the reset from the kill into Overwatch, then dashes back to kill Sashin. And you know, that's high-level Genji play right there.
Yeah, nothing more you can do.
Oh!
We will see it. Okay, so Poke gonna be
time.
Set. We get Alpha coming in.
Did not expect this.
I mean, they've already won the series. Foxes have been struggling, so it makes sense. Alpha gonna be coming through.
Alpha's, it's been a long time. He was on the bench for Runaway, did not play a single match last season. He's been in purgatory really as a player since, you know, his meta days. But he has the eyes of a Reinhardt who's lived through the Reinhardt meta. You know, he played with the greatest of Reinhardts. He played in the era with Kaiser, Changshik, Panker, you know, Jonas, when he was here, you know, in Korea before moving, of course, to the Overwatch League. When all those players who then, you know, switched to Winston, and some of them struggled, some of them moved on, were there. He was up with the greatest of them, and you know, he comes from that Reinhardt era. He has not really seen professional play in televised matches since then. He's played on a few online tournaments and trials and stuff like that, but finally finds a home on Element Mystic, and they're going to give him a chance here to play our final map, our escort map. So a lot of history with this player. I was just worried that we might never see him this season, and he's already gotten his first chance that Runaway never gave. So
we'll see how he performs and how his synergy is going to be alongside Dako. Because Pokepo and Dako returning the form here today, looking like, you know, the former best tank duo that we had in Season 1.
Yeah.
So kind of harkening back to that. We'll see how Alpha mixes in.
Well, if I had to guess, based on the sub of Alpha in, since he's never really known to be a strong Winston player, that Rialto will be the map choice of the Foxes. That would just be an educated guess, an assumption practically for me, my hypothesis. But looks like Overwatch might also be experiencing some technical difficulties. Doesn't sound like it. Looks like we're getting that map selection up on screen in just a moment.
It's kind of deliberating about what map you want to go for. This is the last chance for the Foxes in this series to put a win on the board, try to mitigate their losses a little bit. Yep. Otherwise, it's going to be falling quite far down in the standings,
They'll be
bottoming out. Yeah, not a good look for them. Would have to be requalifying through trials for these guys for Season 3 at that point.
Yeah, that would be pretty rough for the squad that's had so many changes, brought in so many rookies. As the coach was saying, they got their nerve issues out last week for the most part, but still just not living up to the mechanics here. Will be the Rialto map pick.
Okay, we get it yet again. But will this one be as much of a fiesta as we saw before? Well,
let's find out how rusty Alpha is, because he comes from the Reinhardt era, man, and he tangled with the best of them. You know, he's looked Kaiser dead in the eye and Earth shattered him. He's been there, okay, back in the old times.
Yeah.
You could see, like, in the face of Alpha, like, he's been through the Reinhardt meta, and he's glad to be back here. And Rialto is the playground for Reinhardts. We'll probably see him start the Orisa, obviously, the early parts of the map, but through the street phase, points B and C, that's where the Reinhardt is practically required. I think I have high expectations for this player, but let's see what he can bring to the table.
Yeah, he needs to deliver, but also maybe Sassen can have a pop-up performance with this Pharah. If he's even gonna run it. Right now we see the Tracer. But already set up here up front. Just gonna be waiting around the first corner. Alpha over on the Orisa, so not gonna be going for the Rein versus Rein. A different style.
Yeah, just to start things off, this, you know, is quite common. Usually with a D.Va instead of the tank Brigitte. Brigitte serving as a tank in this case, which does give puzzlement to me and the Korean commentators as well, which you guys might sometimes hear. But let's see how it all works out. The threat of guard in the backline is going to be very annoying to deal with, especially because Fox is going tracerless, and they don't have a Winston, so it's really tough to tank peel.
Oh, okay. Sasa trying to make it over to Overwatch. So welcoming arms. Now will not be able to do so. Actually takes him down.
Trades out with guard at least, though.
Yeah.
Could have been worse.
Could have just been the 1 for O. Makes it a 1 for 1. As they start trying to move the cart forward. Hulk coming in, but no real angle here for X to get the headshot because the shield's just been held up by Jungmak this entire time. Taco pushing around the side, just got that Orb of Harmony and actually takes down Guard and Repel. Guard going in for the finish, cannot get it. Now Jexy's gonna die. Daco and Alpha all falling. Elman Mystic, a near team wipe. Xy the only one still alive.
Oh, actually, I thought the XC died. My bad. Well, he survives. He gets a kill. My bad on that one.
But that's
first-person view switch.
That's a big sweep coming through. Just great performance here with the Widowmaker so far. Jungmak already has that Earth Shatter ready to go.
Yeah.
Jexy so far forward. He'll throw down the Shatter. Not going to find much else forward, but Jexy and Daco are dead. Alpha pushes in just to get the delay here onto the point, but he's not going to make it out of here alive. He's dead. He's already gone.
We may just simply see the switch to the Reinhardt here.
I think
he was close to the supercharge, but I mean, you've already given point A, and the Orisa clearly isn't a practiced hero for this guy just yet. I mean, obviously he's adapted. He's a main tank. He plays, you know, top 500 in Korea, so he's played his fair share of Orisa. But you know, it's not a hero as iconic for. He will switch to the Ryan. They will keep Daco for the armor before they see the Zarya switch. Guard has already switched over to the Hanzo, so we're headed back towards more meta comp for Alpha Mystic on the defense. They're going to be careful about hugging this wall too hard, though, because Stand 1 is looking for an opportunity.
Yeah.
They're demon-less.
At the grab barrage, actually, it's going to be the barrage coming through now.
Ooh, that was not the one.
Yeah, pretty poor angle. The grab down surge still going to be existing, and oh boy, Boxes. I think they botched this one pretty hard. Jungmak going to go down, Stand going to be eliminated, and just like that, they just throw away all of their useful ultimates. Genie's still going to be retaining the Transcendence here, but the combo was just a complete screw-up.
I mean, this was once a top 4 Apex team, the Foxes. But this was
that was nightmarish.
I mean, basically the surge comes after the barrage, but the barrage is misangled. He's too high to get under the archway. It looks like the Foxes are just not that prepared for this map, which is their map pick. It's just scary to see how these things do not work together.
If you're looking for the Shatter here soon, it's going to be the Transcendence coming in, looking for the pin, but that's your own teammate, man. You can't get that pin in. And Alpha fires back, gets rid of Jungmak, so not even going to give him the opportunity to use that Earth Shatter yet.
Daco has been making Jungmak's life hell. I mean, the Brigitte is the natural enemy, the natural predator of the Reinhardt. I remember when she was released, there was only GIFs and videos on Twitter of Reinhardt's being stunned forever, but you know, he's standing so far forward, and Mystic prefers the Brigitte tank over the D.Va here in the front line, and it means that Jungmak is struggling in that matchup.
That shield came up right at the last possible frame to help keep Genie alive. Looked like that might have been a headshot from Xy.
Oh, great shatter from Alpha.
But Alpha just locks them all down. A quad kill coming over to him. Daco gets that 5th and final. Welcome back.
You and I are on the same page on that one. Welcome back to Korean Overwatch.
Hot damn. Big shatters, caster synergy. What more do you want?
Yeah. This is Korea. Watch it. Tell your friends. Okay, Alpha's still looking to threaten Jungmak, which he can because he's got Brigitte with him. Look at the stun potential.
Dragon Strike rolling straight through here. Jungmak just going to go down. He's just going to hold this shatter forever.
God, Alpha looks so in form right now on this Reinhardt, too. And with Daco and the pairing, like, there's just nothing Jungmak can do. It's just a losing battle. It almost makes you feel like Stand 1 needs to switch to Brigitte or they're just not going to have any success. He won't do it right now because he's got a grab surge, but maybe after that, you got to give some real consideration.
But do they just have to wait now for the Dragon Strike to try to go for that combo, or do they just throw the Graviton and hope to God that Jungmak can like follow up with a good Earth Shatter?
Well, I mean, I hope the coordination is a little bit better this time, shall we say. He's stunned.
Gonna have to pray for it. There's gonna be the double stun coming through as they charge each other, but Alpha will die. Shatter coming through, but right up into the front is Repel with that Transcendence. He'll still lose out onto Guard. Repel manages to take down Jugmack in the end, and the cart is still
Oh,
going to be held. The grab's going to be coming through, but Exi just take it down just right off the bat. Dragon Strike rolls through, takes down 2. Dako and Alpha both going to be eliminated. He follows up for a kill there onto Repel. So finally, Fox is going to be getting a bit of breathing room. They can start moving the cart forward, but it's only a minute and 15 left on the clock for them to make it to B.
Okay, this is more, what we're seeing from the Fox is actually the first time we're really seeing this kind of comp in Korea. It's been used a lot when Brigitte was first released in Rialto. You and I were talking about how this is more of what we'd be seeing on this map, but we've been seeing mostly the Pharah actually thus far this season. So we're actually starting to see what was originally meta.
Another Shadow coming down! Doesn't have the shield ready to go, but the damage mitigation is there. Genie just going to be denying it away with the Transcendence, so overall not going to be a bad situation here for the Foxes.
It was a good Transcendence, but man, if that Shatter hits him, different story.
Still very, very close. Pin coming in, Alpha finds Sasson, takes him down. The rest of Element Mystic now charging back forward. The Rallying Cry nearly ready to go here from Dako. Couple more percent. Last swing there, gets it, gets the stun in on the Jugmack as another Earth Shatter gets ready to roll. It's gonna be the armor coming through, trying to keep everybody topped up. Jugmack. We saw Alpha wield the Eye of the Kaiser. Can Jugmack do the same?
We're gonna find out. He's trying to flank over here around the cart. He's spotted and
nope.
Yeah, no.
He's gonna get melted down. That's with 8 seconds remaining. Overwatch would love to get in there for a res, but he just can't do it. He's just hovering around like a little butterfly. Can't push forward. He's just so fragile. Charge coming through, but the Repel just kills all of his targets anyway. And they will be held. 1 point, all that they were able to get.
A shame that we're probably not gonna get in-game stats, because I would love to see total Earth Shatters hit for Alpha in this first defense. The guy's got the headset hair going on.
Oh man, look at that.
He's hyped, he's loving it. And the synergy between Alpha and Dako, 2 players who've been together for less than about, what, a month and a half's time? Easily, you know, we could say that confirmed. We don't know how, you know, that was about, the roster was announced about a month ago or so. At least that's when I was able to get the confirmation, but they might have been working together a little bit before that, but like, it feels like these two have been playing together for months and months and months, and we know that's not true. And yet the synergy is really good with the Brigitte to lead the charge. It's just tough for Jugmack when you're facing Ryan Brigitte, when you have a Zarya who just can't give you the same amount of protection. The bubble, you can't really counter a Brigitte stun with it because it's just impossible to hit it on time. And you already get stunned, you already kind of ruin your shield during that moment. And if you try to pre-shield, you're really just guessing with the Zarya. So you pick the Zarya because you're looking for the combo and the grab surge. But, you know, with this really fantastic Reinhardt player in Alpha, the Brigitte comp just seems to make sense.
Well, here
that
we
was
go.
A treat to watch.
One final push from the side of Element Mystic. To close this out, we'll see if the Foxes can hold. Right now, they're showing us Ryan Winston Zarya.
Yeah, the triple tank with the Pharah, so solo DPS Pharah. This can work.
It's odd to see that it would be, you know, a Winston coming through for Stan instead of going for the Ryan Brigitte Zarya.
Yep.
Trying to go for that half tank, basically.
I think it's an idea of trying
Show
to
me,
use,
Dako, please.
It's trying to use the, oh man, it might be real. But I think it's trying to utilize the flanks that you can have with Sashin on the Pharah. He hits the backline, then Stan goes in to finish them off. He has more mobility. Jugmack just there to build shatters, obviously, for the combos they want to throw up later. But as you can see, Sashin's not finding luck hitting the supports because XC's got good line of sight.
Drop down coming through here from Stan. Just trying to harass them out, just going low and just going down. Guard follows up with a kill there onto Jugmack, and now XC is going to be unhindered in the back with his Widowmaker and can just start taking names. A near wipe coming through as Overwatch tries to escape, but Guard's just going to hound him down. There's no way to get out of there.
One-sided game here thus far.
You think?
No hero swaps either. They want to keep running this. Okay, Just makes the switch now to the Widow because XC just is dominating line of sight. Sashin didn't last very long at all. The second he showed his face, look at his charge, 36% only. Against this comp, you should have much more if you can live. He just simply did not. XC did it with very few shots too.
Guard now looking for it, throws down that pulse bomb, but not going to be getting the stick nor the pick. Fox is going to be able to stay alive and now contesting the point, but XC already getting rid of Genie. Overwatch will see if he can get in a res. XC takes down Just. Repel will die, so no healers available for the side of Element Mystic, but might not matter in the long run.
With the
they will go ahead and push through into point A.
With the Winston setup and Just dead, like, Xe has no one to worry about, and he's just like, all right, well, I'm just going to walk into range, just walk forward and shoot at people. You can leave and give us the point, or you can fight and die, because Winston can't do anything for you against this setup. He's going to get halted, stunned, and blown up, and discorded on top of all that, so Just has to be living longer.
Oh, Xe.
Speaking of.
Yep, now going to have the vision available here. Beautiful pop over the top, looking for the follow-up shot onto Stan, tags him in the rear, and Guard follows up with a kill. Yet again, looking for it. Restless used, but it gets him.
He's
just
destroying
cannot stay alive. Xe's just destroying right now. Cart still being brought up very slowly. Another pop over the top. Shields there for Sawson, keeps himself safe, but you can see how far back they're being shoved. The cart's nearly there.
Yeah, they're about to have Supercharger too, which is going to make this so much more difficult to break. I think the Winston choice is just really a poor one at this point. We've never really seen that before. It's not giving them any favors. He's got Primal to stay alive a little bit longer, I guess. Here it comes.
Uses it into the back, but also getting any smack off is probably going to be pretty rare. And actually just takes him down. He had just used that Primal range and already gets eliminated. Dako pushing forward. Going to have the Transcendence here to back him up. Trying to stop Sawson off the point. Some added armor for good measure, and that's just going to be it. The Foxes cannot hold a candle to Element Mystic. They stomped them out 4-0 rolling through, and they will take first place in Group B.
I honestly expected a lot more from the Foxes tonight. I think it was a pretty disappointing performance across the board. Advantageous situations where they had the better Pharah player. You could argue they had the better Genji player versus a total rookie to the hero. And sub comes in, great Reinhardt. They play the Winston, not the Zarya, not the D.Va, and not even the Brigitte tank. And it was just a really weak performance across the board.
Weird.
It was a weird choice, but the Foxes look to perhaps be weaker than WGS. After today's match, I think we might be able to start making that assessment.
You know, I think that you're right. Unfortunately for WGS, it's a group thing, so they would still be last place in their group in all likelihood.
Yeah.
But
I'm just saying, like,
there's hope.
This is a team that's obviously very lighthearted. You know, they come out with the baseball uniforms on, and you know they got some new rookies on the squad. But it's the veterans, to be honest, I'm more disappointed with. You know, Sashin just underperforming. Stand 1 and Oporochi is looking to be shadows of their former selves without Adora on the squad. And like you said, there's not a lot of time to adapt and improve and get better in this season. It's just game after game after game. It's like almost like the Overwatch League schedule. You just don't have a lot of time to improve and get better when it's a new meta, it's a new squad, and perhaps in scrims you were doing well. You thought this is easily a roster you could do great things with, and you find out that's not true. You've already done, you know, practically a third of your matches now, so
yeah,
more than a third. Rough times, they go out 0-8, and it's going to take some time to kind of let this sink in.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of course correction that needs to be done for the Foxes, and I just don't know if it's possible in this short of a season. If it was an extended one, you know, kind of like we had for Season 1, maybe they would have some time to try to get some wins near the back end, kind of like we saw from WGS when they took the 2 maps off of MVP space. But this just looks almost hopeless here for the side of the Foxes. Going back to, you know, these picks that in the past were so dependable for them, Sawson with the Pharah, now they're putting on things like the Brigitte and the Tracer. Those aren't working out. The Pharah doesn't look great.
It just looks like there's nothing I can say about this team and go, well, at least they've got X, you know, I don't have anything for them. They're just kind of underperforming across the board. We had teams that we had high expectations for that did poorly in the early parts of the season last season. Blossom, you know, especially Kongdu Panthera last season looked really weak at the beginning. They did come together at the end, but even those two teams looked way stronger than this in their first 2 weeks. And Foxes doesn't look like they've got, this meta is just not theirs. They don't have any strengths right now, and I don't know what that means. I don't know what they're going to have to improve, but like, make no mistake, this team looks very weak right now, and I'm sad about it because they're just such a storied team. They've got such a long history.
Yeah.